Assalamu alaikum, my dear viewers. Hope everybody is fine. The topic which we are going to discuss this time is network medium and its types. First, we will discuss the basic definition of the network medium. After that, we will discuss the types of network medium. As here, the definition of network medium. The network media refers to the communication channels used to interconnect nodes on a computer network. Typical example of network medium include copper coaxial cable, copper twisted pair cable, and optical fiber cables used in wired network, and radio waves used in wireless data communication networks. Here, as we see here in the diagram, the basic types of network medium are guided medium and unguided medium. In guided medium, we have twisted pair cable, we have coaxial cable, we have optical fiber. Whereas in unguided medium, we have radio waves, we have microwaves, we have infrared. First, we will discuss the guided medium. After that, we will discuss the unguided medium. Now, moving to the guided medium, what actually the guided media is, it is referred to a wired or bounded transmission medium. Signals being transmitted are directed and confined in a narrow pathway by using physical links. The features of this guided medium are: it has high speed, it is secure, it is used comparatively for shorter distances. Now, the first type of guided medium is the twisted pair cable, as shown in the diagram. The twisted pair is a physical medium made up of pair of cables twisted with each other. A twisted pair cable is cheap as compared to other transmission media. Installation of this very twisted pair cable is easy, and it is lightweight cable. A twisted pair consists of two insulated copper wires arranged in a regular spiral pattern, as shown in the figure. We have twisted pair, it is covered with by a plastic jacket, and this type of medium is called the twisted pair cable. Now, the types of twisted pair, actually we have two types of twisted pair. One is called the unshielded twisted pair, and another one is called the shielded twisted pair. The unshielded twisted pair. An unshielded twisted pair is widely used in telecommunication with following features. It is cheap. Installation of unshielded twisted pair is easy. It can be used for high-speed LAN, but this cable can only use it for shorter distances because of attenuation. Attenuation means the strength of the signal. The strength of this in this very cable is not higher as compared to shielded twisted pair. Now, what is shielded twisted pair? In shielded twisted pair is a cable that contains mesh surrounding the wire that allows higher transmission rate with following features. It has higher capacity as compared to unshielded twisted pair. It has higher attenuation, that is the signal strength is very high in this type of twisted pair. It is shielded that provide higher data transmission rate. The disadvantages: it is comparatively difficult to install and manufacture, more expensive, bulky. Now, the second type of guided medium is coaxial cable. As shown in the diagram, coaxial cable is commonly transmission media. For example, TV wire is usually using the coaxial cable. As we can see here in the diagram, the inner conductor of the coaxial cable is made up of copper, and the outer conductor is made up of copper mesh. The middle core is made up of non-conductive cover that separates the inner conductor from the outer conductor, and finally the structure is enclosed by the plastic jacket. Here we will discuss the advantages of the coaxial cable. First advantage is the data can be transmitted at higher speed. It has better shielding as compared to twisted pair cable. It provides higher bandwidth. Higher bandwidth. The disadvantages of coaxial cable are it is more expensive as compared to twisted pair cable. If any fault occurs in a cable, it causes the failure of entire network. Now, the third type of guided medium is fiber optic. Fiber optic is a cable that holds the optical fibers coated in a plastic that are used to send data by pulses of the light, as shown here in the diagram. We have the inner core, then we have cladding, then we have coating. The plastic coating protects the optical fiber from heat, cold, electromagnetic interference from other types of wiring. This is the diagram of the optic fiber. Now, the advantages of the optic fiber are it has greater bandwidth, it is very fast as compared to coaxial or twisted pair, it can transmit the signal to longer distances, it is thinner with lightweight. The disadvantages of optic fiber are distance between the transmitter and receiver should be short. Otherwise, we have to use the repeaters in between to boost the signal. The installation cost is very high. These are the disadvantages of optic fiber. These were the guided medium, that is coaxial cable, twisted pair and fiber optic. Now moving to the unguided transmission. The unguided transmission transmits the electromagnetic waves without any physical medium. Therefore, it is also known as wireless transmission. We can categorize wireless transmission mediums into following groups: radio waves, microwaves, and infrared waves. Discussing the first, radio waves, that is, radio waves are electromagnetic waves and are omnidirectional. That is, when an antenna transports the radio waves, they are propagated in all directions in free space, which means the sending and receiving antenna do not need to be aligned. That is, any receiving antenna can receive the transmitted wave. As shown here, the diagram, these are the examples of radio wave transmission. Here we have this is sending the signal, and other like tower is receiving the signal using the ground wave. In second case, we using the ionosphere. The signal is transmitted to the ionosphere of the atmosphere, and after that it is received by the receiving end. This is the way how radio signals pass and how the transmission of the data takes place. Now in radio waves, the application of these radio waves are, these waves are omnidirectional, so that they are useful for multicasting, in which one sender but many receivers. For example, radio waves are television, AM, FM radio, cordless phones. Radio waves are easy to generate and penetrate through the buildings, and also can travel long distances. Radio waves cover a large area and can penetrate the building. By this, an AM radio can receive the signals inside the building. This is the example of radio wave transmission. This can be also the disadvantages, because we cannot isolate a communication just inside and outside the building. Because of this, the governments strictly avoid the radio wave transmission. Now, the second type of unguided medium, rather wireless medium, is the microwaves. In microwaves includes a light of transmission, that is, the sending and receiving antenna that need to be properly aligned with each other. As shown in the diagram, they are properly aligned with each other. The distance is directly proportional to the height of antenna, which is covered by the signal. In mobile communication and television distribution, these are majorly used. This is the diagram of the microwave transmission. The towers are aligned with each other. The sender is sending the message and the receiving antenna is receiving the message. Types of microwave transmission. We have terrestrial microwave transmission. In this type of terrestrial microwave transmission, the frequency of electromagnetic waves ranges between 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz, are also called microwaves. These waves are unidirectional. That is, whenever through an antenna microwave are transmitting, they can be narrowly focused. That is, the sending and receiving antenna needs to be aligned. It is an inexpensive for shorter distance as it requires higher tower for longer distances. Another advantage is microwave transmission is cheaper than using cables and does not require any land for installation. Therefore, it is free from this land acquisition problem. Now, the third type is the satellite microwave. This is a type of microwave transmission. In satellite microwave transmission, a satellite is an entity that revolves around the Earth at a certain height. Satellite communication offers more flexibility than fiber optic and cable systems. We can transmit signals from any point on a globe by using satellite transmission. In this, satellite receives the signal that is transmitted from the Earth station and it is amplified. After amplified, it is retransmitted to another station on the Earth. By this, high quality communication is made available to underdeveloped parts of the world without requiring a huge investment in ground-based infrastructure. That is, it is less cost. The cost of this very type of communication is very less. We can use this type of communication where there is no possibility of physical, where there is no possibility of putting the cables. So this is the best option to communicate those areas which are underdeveloped. One disadvantage is that the manufacturing cost of this is very high. To manufacture a satellite, to launch a satellite, it is very hectic, as well as lots of money is involved in this type of communication network. Now, the final unguided or wireless transmission medium we are going to discuss is infrared waves. In infrared waves, the frequency of infrared waves is from 300 gigahertz to 430 terahertz, which can be used for shorter distance communications. Infrared waves of higher frequencies cannot penetrate the walls. This characteristic of infrared wave prevents interference from one system to another. This means a short range communication system in a room cannot be affected by another system in the surrounding room. Unlike Bluetooth technology, infrared has less range than 5 meters, cannot penetrate through the walls, and can be used for shorter distance communications like TV remotes, keyboards, wireless keyboards, mouses, and printers. This is all about the types of medium, the infrared waves. So here in this topic we have discussed the what's network medium, what are its types. It has two types, guided and unguided. In guided we have coaxial cable, we have twisted pair, we have optical fiber, while as in case of wireless medium we have infrared, we have microwave, we have radio wave. So by this we have completed this very topic. Thanks for watching. The next topic will be discussed in next session. I request everyone who is watching this video, please share, like and subscribe so that everyone who is interested will get benefited. Thank you very much.